Hey ladies, I'm back again with another week of the week by week story here at Vendive. So I should probably introduce myself for anybody who is just seeing this for the first time. My name is Caitlin and I'm the co-founder of Vendive. Vendive is a business network for women entrepreneurs, and within these videos I'm sharing my own entrepreneurial journey week by week. So this isn't going to be the polished, filtered, shiny version of entrepreneurship. It's not the sipping mimosas on a Sunday afternoon. This is the gritty stuff that a lot of people are kind of just too afraid to share. And this is also the most important stuff, and it's the stuff that we should really be talking about. It's the hard stuff, the real journey. So that's what these videos are, and that's what you can expect. So in last week's video, I introduced you to my friend Sarah Hart, who is just this amazing online entrepreneur who's created this killer community and amazing product to help people create websites that they love. So I told you that I would share with you how I came to know Sarah and why she's part of the Vendive story. And this is really kind of like ties back to a bigger picture story of what's happening here at Vendive. So you ladies asked to know about that, and I'm going to share it. So I actually met Sarah back in, I think it was like 2000, early 2014, or maybe late 2013 even, when I just started working on the concept of Vendive. It was still an idea in my head. At the time, I had been running a branding agency for 5 years. I built it up from a little freelance business into, a full-fledged agency with a team and all that good stuff. But I kind of had this vision for something bigger, and I saw this gap in the marketplace and saw this huge opportunity for us to create something to fill it. So I conceptualized this platform, which would be a place where women entrepreneurs could go to swap skills with each other. It would be a place where if you didn't have money and you didn't have all of the experience that you needed to really found your business, that you could still use what you do have, which is skills and time, to get the kind of foundation for your business set up. And the whole idea behind this site was that swapping on Vendive would be free, but we would make money by selling the best DIY courses and content. So if you couldn't find somebody to swap with you and you couldn't afford to hire somebody, you could come to Vendive and find the best peer authored stuff to help you DIY. That was the idea. So Sarah and I actually met because she was working at an awesome web design firm that I hired to help me kind of conceptualize this into like a user interface, a feature set, a flow, basically get the whole idea for what the app was going to be. And kind of fun side note, that company, the people who ran that company, they ended up also closing their branding agency, their web design agency actually, and starting their own tech company, and they built Proposify. And I'll put a link in this post to Proposify. It is the hands down most incredible proposal software on the market today. So I'm super proud to call them friends. They're also neighbors at my office. So yeah, check out Proposify. Anyway, at the time, Sarah was a recent graphic design grad working part-time at Proposify while also building up her freelance business. And after we'd done some work with together through the agency, I wanted to keep working with Sarah. But I didn't have a lot more money to keep funneling into building out this project. It was kind of like a side project. So I actually swapped skills with Sarah. I suggested, why don't we swap skills? I'll help you to grow your freelance business with my marketing skills, and I can use some more of your design work. So we made that decision to kind of commit to doing that together. At first, when I was talking to Sarah about where she wanted to take her freelance business, she really wasn't sure what she wanted to do, but she just knew that she had this enormous potential. She knew that she had this purpose, this greater purpose in the world. And cool and funny enough, she had yet to hear about the one and only Marie Forleo. So I introduced her to Marie Forleo. I told her about this whole budding world of online entrepreneurship and said that there's really was this gap for really great design, and that she could potentially find a space for herself and build a company that taught people how to do great design. My original suggestion to her, I think, was to do ebook design and teach people how to design their own ebooks. But of course, Sarah had this way, way bigger and more glorious vision, which is what ended up becoming the brand mapping method. So, we did our sessions together. It was really valuable for me. She says it was valuable for her too. And then we kind of went our separate ways. And over the next 2 years, we took extremely different paths. So Sarah bootstrapped her business. She kept freelancing and she built her content-based business on the side. She built it up slowly. She did the kind of slow and steady route, I, on the other hand, moved really, really fast. So I moved my branding agency into Volta, which is a tech house where all tech companies that are kind of like up and coming, that are the best of the best, get chosen to participate and to have residence at Volta. I hired a software developer. I joined a tech accelerator program. I brought on my great friend Kaylee as a business partner. We started trying to raise venture capital. And when investors didn't come in right away, I took out a small business loan to keep the company afloat and decided I'm going to close my branding company. I'm going to go all in on Vendeeb. So I went big and I went fast. But here's the thing, when we were talking to investors, they were skeptical about what we were trying to sell them, what we were trying to tell them about this huge emerging market. They knew nothing about this online entrepreneurship trend. They didn't know about the e-courses. They didn't know about the ebooks, and they just didn't believe that there was a market for it. They didn't get it. And there wasn't a lot of data at that point to point to. Like I wasn't able to go out and say, this is the size of this movement. This is how massive it's going to be. It was still that new. And this is where I really made the probably most deadly mistake. Instead of finding new ways to make investors understand, or better yet, looking at a different audience, finding an audience of investors who would understand, what I did was I doubted my vision and I actually changed the whole product. So we put DIY content on the back burner, and instead we focused on helping our members to swap and sell services. And we made the monetization feature within Vendeeb. When members sold services, we would take a cut. So this was, the path we chose. And looking back, this was a mistake that really set us back probably by a whole year. But it also allowed us to discover something that was pretty amazing about women specifically. Women want to build relationships before they buy, and we'd built out Vendeeb to be this very like a transactional place where you came into the marketplace, you could see exactly what you were buying, but it was more about like, it wasn't what it is today. We started like talking to our members and discovered that they wanted something completely different. So what we did was we ended up changing Vendeeb from what it used to be. If you're part of the old site, you'd know what it used to be. It was a marketplace, to what it is today, which is a business network. And this was absolutely the right move. So, even though we kind of found a long way to get to where we are now, it was the right path for us. So while I was still spending most of my time pitching investors while trying to build up this product at the same time, Sarah was spending her time building her community and creating this like really killer product. So she launched the brand mapping method in 2015, and in her first year, she made over $100,000. No BS, she totally did. And we recently traveled to New York and Boston together to attend this like awesome conference. And I saw Sarah interact with her people, and she has literally become like this online celebrity. She's got this amazing community of people who love her, and no wonder. Like, Sarah is like the human embodiment of sunshine. Like, if sunshine was a person, it would be Sarah. She's so giving. She creates such an amazing space where everybody feels welcomed and encouraged and like really supported in learning the technical skills and like building these brands that they love. So, it was just such a different path that Sarah and I took. And what I really saw was that there's this huge difference between building a tech company and building kind of more of a lifestyle business like Sarah has. But going forward, we're going to stop trying to do things the way that tech companies are supposed to do them. Because guess what? Like, we haven't had the same playing cards that other tech companies have had. We were recently in Forbes, and the Forbes writer said that Vendeeb takes the best parts from Facebook, LinkedIn, and Yelp and refines them to support women entrepreneurs. But here's the big difference between Vendeeb and those other platforms, the platforms that you know and love, is that when they started, they raised literally millions of dollars. I think that their seed round would have probably been, somewhere between 1 and 1.5 million. And then they would have quickly raised what's called an A round, probably closer to 5 million. They had a lot of money to invest in their products so that by the time they were ready to build out their paid feature set, they had this huge audience of people. Well, we've been fundraising for a long time, and you know what? It's really not the same environment that it was years ago when these companies were being built, and we've been struggling. We're struggling for lots of reasons, but what we do know is that we are going to switch gears. We're going to go back to our original plan, and we're going to focus on bringing you the best peer authored content. So here's the thing. We know that it's like crazy noisy out there, and that we want to be the place where you can come to discover people like Sarah. People like Sarah Hart, when you're trying to decide what it is you need to learn to build your business, rather than just being inundated by all of these marketing messages of people telling you, buy this course, buy this product, you need to do this now. We want to slow that down. We want to connect you with the right people. We want to help you find your people, the ones that really you're going to resonate with as a teacher and that understand your business and will help you at the stage you're at in your business today. And we're in a position to do this better than anybody else because when you fill out your Vendiv profile, we know a lot about you. We know what your kind of business you're in. We know how much experience you have. We know what your personality is like. So we're in this really awesome position to actually connect you with the best teachers on the internet. So yeah, we're working on 2 really exciting projects right now. I'm not going to give you too much information about them, but what I will tell you is that we're going to pilot the first project with Vendiv's Boss Ladies. So if you're not a Vendiv Boss Lady yet, go on, participate, try to get more street cred, because this is the way you're going to get into what's coming next. Okay, so before I sign off today, I want to just remind you to check out Sarah's course. It's only open once a year, and when the cart closes, it will be closed for the rest of the year. And if you're thinking about building out your website this year, you need to buy this. And yeah, also, I want you to tell me below, what is your #1 biggest pain when it comes to upskilling? When it comes to learning the things you need to learn to take your business to the next level, what's your problems? What are your pains? We need to know. Okay, thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.